You ain't the guy who do A. You just keep saying it. So you know what we're going to do? Just like how you told the governor that I'm responsible for murders, we're going to give you the choice. You either stop doing that. We're going to make sure you stop. Like, it's over for that. Okay? Stop tweeting like a killer. Or you could tweet like a killer and say it's jokes, but you're not going to be sitting next to the fucking governor. You're going to...
He's calling him a cat rapper.
A backpedaling reform boy yet again. You know that we finna call the governor tomorrow, and look what he says. It's entertainment. I said, how much y'all want to bet I got that reform? I'm gonna get that reform shit stopped for that hating ass thing of Meek. Either stop being a thug or be a full-time activist. We gonna get a meeting with that governor over him standing next to a guy who's threatening violence and acting like a killer online, but crying when he's in their presence.
All right, so y'all might not be aware of what he's talking about when he says that Meek Mill was crying when he was in the presence of the governor. I had an article here that was posted back in December, and this is when everything kind of happened. This article is over on the Atlanta Black Star, and they said Meek Mill brought to tears after Pennsylvania governor signs new state probation reform bill into law years after rapper's decade-long probation saga. All right. Meek Mill was all choked up. And I think there's a, let me see. There was a video here too. I'll read a little bit of this and then we'll get back into Akademiks video. They give some of the history and saying, okay, almost 5 years later, he was on probation. And then Pennsylvania passed its probation reform bill 838 in the House 178 to 25 on Wednesday, December 13th. And 2 days later, Governor Josh Shapiro signed it into law. All right. And of course, Meek Mill was there because he was a big, I don't want to say poster child because that sounds kind of crazy, but he was a big, he was pushing the support for this bill to get passed. So let's see what this says.
For the criminal justice efforts in Pennsylvania, Governor Josh Shapiro signed 3 new laws today. The biggest of those involves probation changes. It's an effort that got some superstar support from Philadelphia's own Meek Mill. Action News race and culture reporter Taronda Thomas joining us live now outside the National Constitution Center with a look at the legislation being called groundbreaking today. Taronda.
It really is, Brian. Fittingly, these 3 new laws were signed here at the National Constitution Center, offering, in essence, a new level of freedom for so many people who are involved in the criminal justice center. Now, the probation reform law took 5 years to be in the works, and 2 people who joined forces to make it happen, a governor and a hip-hop star.
Hey, and shout out to Meek Mill. We got to give him a round of applause. At least he's out here getting stuff done, so I can't be mad at it. But this is the situation that DJ Akademiks was mentioning and referring to in his tweet. So y'all can see the rest.
Governor Josh Shapiro stood shoulder to shoulder with Meek Mill just about an hour ago as Shapiro signed 3 pieces of legislation. All of them are aimed at criminal justice. Oh man, he's on there.
I wouldn't normally laugh at it, but seeing this video after Akademiks said what he said, it's kind of funny.
Reform, with one of them focusing on reform of the probation system. It changes the system in 2 ways. First, by aiming to shorten probation terms in the Commonwealth. That is key because there are more than 100,000 people on probation in Pennsylvania right now. The rate of recidivism, 58%, due in part, Shapiro says, to the fact that probation terms include punishment for technical and non-criminal violations. That
means if you get out, you going back in. That's 58%. Sheesh, man. Anyway, so that gives you guys a little bit of a visual to what Akademiks was talking about. So they're still going back and forth at it. Listen to this.
We can play that game too. You know what he tweeted me and said? That's why I'm actually talking reckless to you. It's Twitter entertainment. We know what you're trying to do, and the internet got your head screwed up badly.
Dang.
These guys are actually saying what they jealous of with me. This guy wants me dead or in jail. Philly, done with you.
So basically what Meek is saying is that DJ Akademiks is jealous that Meek Mill has access to these higher level officials like a Robert Kraft or a Josh Shapiro, which I'm not seeing it either way.
Shaking my head.
He said, yeah, why he say Twitter like that? He said Twitter. Anyway.
Oh man.
All right, so he takes a few more shots at Meek here, but I want to fast forward a little bit to where he starts to talk about some of the contradictory statements and things that Meek Mill is participating in. And we had a conversation about this on last night's live stream. If y'all missed it, Song of the Night Live, I'm going to play a clip from the live stream a little bit later, but we kind of had this conversation in joking, but it's interesting that DJ Akademiks brought this up because a lot of artists, a lot of rappers out there, let's face it, I mean, they're rapping and singing about stuff that doesn't even apply to their life. Some of them, they may have heard it from somebody else, or they just think it's popular. It's going to get them more traction. And DJ Akademiks thinks Meek Mill is one of those artists that fits into that camp. Let's see what he says.
Understand that you're over here now trying to play victim, saying that this guy wants me dead or in jail, but you tweeted out your damn self, sir, you're willing to die. But I guess what you're trying to say now is all satire. That's not going to stop us from calling the governor. We're going to call him tomorrow, okay? We're going to have a hotline going on. I'm going to put it on my story, make sure everybody call that motherfucker, okay? We're going to call your governor because him standing next to a low-life level scum like you, while you tweet out one side of your mouth about how you will spin blocks, got switches, got Dracos, will kill niggas, pull up to niggas' house, piss on their steps, you got $1 million to wipe people's families off the map. You cannot be in the same breath then looking the other way in the other side of your mouth saying how much the prison system is unfair because a nigga who does A deserves to be in jail.
Dang! DJ Akademiks, I think he might be on point about this. I wonder, I'll be interested to hear. I don't know if any of y'all watching the video or in the comments are from Philly or in that area. What did y'all think when Meek Mill was getting involved with a lot of these higher level officials? Did it bother y'all? Did you think it was a little strange, especially the things he raps about, the lifestyle he's living? Did y'all listen to his new EP? Let me know in the comments in the chat. I listened to it. I thought it was okay. There were two songs, the last two songs on the EP. I like the one he did with Future, and then the other one before. I can't remember what the name is called, but those were pretty good. But you even listen to the lyrics on that, and you're kind of like, what? This is a guy that's fighting for prison reform. Something's not adding up, and it really doesn't make sense. And that's what DJ Akademiks is saying. He's like, hey, we're gonna make a phone call up here and let the governor know what type of person you really are, because you're out here publicly on Twitter threatening me, saying you're gonna pull up on my house. Then you just dropped the EP where you're talking about having switches and guys talking about you on the internet and what you're gonna do to him, what you're gonna have other people do to him. It doesn't make sense.
But you ain't the guy who do A. You just keep saying it. So you know what we're gonna do? Just like how you told the governor that I'm responsible for murders, we're gonna give you the choice. You either stop doing that. We're gonna make sure you stop.
Dang.
Like it's over for that. Okay? Stop tweet like a killer. Or you could tweet like a killer and say it's jokes, but you're not gonna be sitting next to the fucking governor. You're gonna
He's calling him a cap rapper. He said it's all cap. He said Meek Mill is all cap, and DJ Akademiks has been saying this for a while. I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Meek, honestly. And I said this when we talked about DJ Ak versus Meek Mill on the last video. You don't go up against these live streamers. And DJ Akademiks, he fits into that category now. He has a huge fan base. He has a lot of power with the people. And if he said, hey, y'all go down here and buy this pair of shoes, most likely a lot of them are going to go down there and do it. So Meek Mill, I don't see that he has that big of a pull or that big of a group of people around him that are willing to support him. So this is definitely getting interesting.
We're gonna pick one. Then we're giving you an ultimatum. You can't be a activist in the daytime and a goddamn villain in the nighttime. What you think this is, nigga? Gotham City? No, nigga. You gotta pick a goddamn side. Are you a killer? Or are you an activist? That is the question I will continue to ask you. And I'm going to ask the mayor. Michael Rubin is a private businessman at this point. I don't have nothing to ask him. They don't care as long as you make their iced coffees and their lattes, and you know what I mean? You fix them their drinks and bunny hop all over the place like a good boy. We saw you even bunny hopping on the radar freestyle. It's okay. Of course he's gonna like you. Maybe you're giving motherfucking Robert Kraft the rugged tug he used to get in those spots.
All right. Relax. So anyway, DJ Akademiks goes in. He goes back and forth about Meek Mill, all the stuff he has going on. I don't see... This whole situation is just weird and it's just messy to me. I'm probably not gonna cover this again, just because I think they're both doing it to keep the momentum going when it comes to them being able to promote themselves. They're able to get more eyes on what they're doing. I mean, we're talking about it on this video, but y'all have to let me know what you think about this whole situation, because I just think it does lend to a bigger conversation about artwork though. When it comes to the art of things, do y'all think that you have to, how should I put it? That everything you talk about in your music has to be true. Everything you talk about in your music has to be real life. Because to me, you think about some of the movies we watch, a lot of the entertainment that we have, that it's also can be considered art. A lot of it is made up when it comes to movies, when it comes to stories, but when it comes to rap and maybe hip hop and other styles of music, if it's not your real life, then people say you shouldn't be singing about it or talking about it. I don't know. I think people are starting to change how they feel about that and see things differently. I'm still not sure where I stand when it comes to the art. When it comes to the art side of things, I think you can have both. But if you're going to call yourself a certain genre, especially hip hop, I think there's other things that come with that, that you have to consider when it comes to lifestyle, when it comes to persona, when it comes to what you do. So I don't know, maybe we need to create a new genre, a new genre of music that's maybe hip hop adjacent. I don't know. But speaking of which, we actually talked about it on last night's live stream. I know a lot of y'all watching right now saw the live stream. So I'm actually going to react to one of my videos from last night, and y'all could tell me what you think, if you agree. A lot of y'all thought I was joking, but we're getting ready to start a movement out here. So let me play this back for y'all. First off, a little bit of background. We heard this song by Lil Zay. It's called Twins. And there was something that I noticed about this song that I thought was interesting. And it wasn't actually the song. It was actually what Lil Zay said in his profile. So I want to run this back for y'all. See what you think about my take on this. And if you guys want to join the movement, you can let me know.
Twin bros in a coupe you wanna ride in. Private jet first class you wanna fly in. Got that passenger on shit like Joe Biden. Wanna play me like a plan me. 100 bands I'ma make a fancy. Too many fans I name me a Grammy. I'm getting green like my name is Danny. So many friends that don't understand me.
Man, this is, I think, hold on, let me speed this up a little bit. All right. I got a hot take, y'all. I got a hot take, and y'all have to tell me if you agree with this, but I think Lil Zay just started a revolution, and here's why. One, first of all, he's clearly got talent. Yeah, shout out to Lil Zay. I enjoyed listening to this one. Smooth. It was fun to listen to. But also, this is why I respect Lil Zay. And I think he's starting a revolution. I love everything that he's doing. Let me zoom in here real quick and look at this man's bio. What does his bio say? Can y'all see that? I think I zoomed in a little too much. What does his bio say? All cap, entertainment purposes only. So, hey, y'all have to tell me what you think about that in the comments in the chat. What do you think about an artist that makes music talking about something they don't live, talking about something they might not necessarily know, but they put it under the guise of, hey, this is just for entertainment. I'm just making this for fun. Is that something y'all would support? Is that something that y'all think should be allowed? As a creative, I mean, is this, Are you going to say no? I don't know. Officially today, this is the day that we are starting the cap rap genre. I think I'm going to be the leader for it. We're just going to start rapping about whatever we want to, even if it doesn't apply to our own life. I appreciate and absolutely respect the honesty, Lil Zay. I think it's freeing. I mean, think of how much fun you could have, you know, even if you don't have a Lambo, even if you don't have a penthouse. Just think of how much fun you could have just being a cap rapper, just being in that genre. Be like, hey, listen, y'all, I'm just rapping for fun. It's just for entertainment. Y'all don't take anything seriously. I'm just doing my thing over here. Who's with me? Are y'all ready for the movement? All right, so I'll let myself finish. Lil Zay, I think you're onto something, man. So again, I see a lot of people in the chat are kind of upset about this. They're saying, well, you can do that, but it can't be considered hip hop because hip hop, as I mentioned earlier, it's a lifestyle. It's a thing you have to live. And even if you go back to what DJ Akademiks was saying, he's saying, Meek, you're not really about that life. You got arrested for popping a wheelie, which he has been charged with other things. So it's not just that, just to keep it real. It's not just him popping a wheelie, but is there a place for artists to kind of do this? I know there are artists already doing this, but then they pretend and they put on this facade and they act like they're living their life, where a lot of them, they've never done anything close to what they rap about or sing about. I don't want to mention too many names. Y'all could probably think of some and type them in the comment. Anyway, but is Meek Mill one of them? Is Meek Mill a cap rapper? Is he going to be the leader of the new genre, the new generation of cap rappers? I don't know. Maybe we should make it a thing. Maybe we should have a certain segment and then people can just have fun. They can talk about, you know, Bugattis and penthouses and, you know, dropping $1 million and strip clubs. I don't know.